This is Jonathan Rolande on behalf of House by Fast. Here today with another few questions, here they are, to answer. So I hope you find the results interesting, and always feel free to give any feedback you can. I need all the tips I can get. So the first question, what's the difference between sole and multiple agency agreements? Now this is of course to do with estate agency. So you have a sole agency. This is where you have one estate agent working for you, and normally you would tie into a contract with them, perhaps for a period of 2 or 3 months, something along those lines. Try, if you can, not to ever sign for any longer than that, because if you don't like the agent or you don't feel they're doing a good enough job for you, you can't actually leave them during that time. Well, you can, but you would end up paying them a commission if you sell your house through another agent even. The good thing about a sole agency is that from day one you don't look too desperate. You're not on the market with every agent, you're not appearing multiple times on Rightmove or Zoopla, that sort of thing. And also the commission fee is less for a sole agency normally than for a multiple agency. I'll come on to what a multiple agency is in a sec. Also the estate agent themselves has a little bit more confidence that they're going to sell it. You build up a better rapport with them for a sole agency in the initial period. So my suggestion normally would be to try a sole agent first for a set period, perhaps a couple of months at the most, and then think about doing something else after that if you're unsold. Do read very carefully the terms and conditions that you sign. Some of them do have some horrible hidden penalties and clauses in there that might tie you into the agent for longer than you want to be, so you have been warned. The next question, is the market going to be better before or after Easter? Now we're recording this just before Easter, March 2013. I would say traditionally the answer is actually somewhere between the two. Sorry not to give you a straight answer. I would say that the market gets better at Easter. It's not a question of before or after. People have a lot of time over Easter with bank holidays and also better weather, but not quite good enough to be going out doing other things. They have time to look on the web for new properties, to browse around estate agents, drive around areas looking at boards. It's also a time that people visit their families, so people go to new areas, decide that they want to be closer to friends or family as well, and hence start looking for properties for that reason. So I would say that if you're thinking about going onto the market, we've got a couple of weeks just before Easter starts, I should get on the market as soon as possible, because Easter is a really good time to get moving. Another reason it's a good time is that it's about the last opportunity, or certainly in this next month, to get property on the market and sold to a buyer looking to relocate a child into a good school that might be in your area if you're in their catchment. What's going to happen to the market in the very long term, talking about next year or the year after, whatever, just beware of anyone who tells you what's going to happen, because in reality nobody does actually know. We've got to see what happens all over the world, and that all has an impact on what happens locally. The next question, one of my favourite types of question actually, what era of property do you think is best? This question is a difficult one, because there's types of era of property that I think are best, and then there's types of property that I'd like to own. So for example, I love the Regency period, which is sort of 1815, that sort of time. You get lovely, elegant sort of buildings, big fireplaces, high ceilings, lots of sort of period detail. Would I want to own one of those? Not really. They're big, drafty, high maintenance buildings that very often weren't very well built, dare I say. So you do end up spending a lot of money on maintenance for that sort of thing. Victorian, most common sort of property, that's your sort of 3-bedroom terrace houses, right through to the big detached ones, round about sort of 1840 to 1900. Really nice period of property, and a few problems potentially. You get bits of dampness, maybe the roof might need repair, that sort of thing, as they're knocking on a bit now. But for me, I think the best period to buy would be 1930s, which is just pre-Second World War, so the quality of the materials and things was much better than you got after the war. They were sort of a bit more expensively built, and I like the era because there's very little that goes wrong with them. You get occasional wall tie problems, and perhaps roofs are now beginning to get a little bit old, but they're nice big rooms normally. Maintenance free or very little maintenance, and as I say, it's a nice period, that 19 Art Deco sort of style I do like. So that would be my answer if I had to buy one. 1930s. So that's the end of the questions today. We do enjoy answering them and seeing all of the questions. We like to get as many as you can send, so send them through via our Facebook or Twitter page, email, or direct via the website, and we'll do our best to answer as many as possible. Thanks a lot.